Hey fam, welcome back to my channel. We're gonna do another plan with me, and it's gonna be kind of similar to last week's plan with me, especially because I have to use this kit because it's Valentine's week. So, same kit, same idea. It's gonna be similar. But sometimes that's just how it works out, but we're gonna film it anyways. So one thing I did realize while I start to place my stickers, I'm going to, why are these pages stuck together? Why are they stuck together? We'll never know. I'm gonna put my little pencil guard in and start laying out these stickers. But one thing I kind of realized with last week's spread is I did put on too much. I feel like I said that while I was filming it. I was like, this is gonna be a lot. And guess what? I was right. It's going to be too much. So I decided that I need to kind of cut down on some of the habits and just kind of focus on making good habits to begin with. Start with a couple instead of starting with 15, you know? You're not going to automatically be good at 15 habits on the first day. So maybe start with a couple habits, you know, one or two, and go from there and add on from there instead of just starting with a million. So that's what I'm going to try to do this week. Just kind of focus on some good core habits. Like if I were to call, you know, Monday a successful day if I completed this, and go from there. So I do still want to do my social media tracking and making sure I'm engaging with social media, continue to add that. I do also want to cut down my evening routine. I've just come to realize that by the time I'm wrapping up the day, you know, we've cooked dinner and cleaned up that and did the dishes and all that stuff. It's already like 8:30 and I don't want to keep doing things. I want to sit on my butt for a little while. You know, the days are just so go that, yeah, by the time I get to like actually doing nothing, I only have an hour and a half to do said nothing before it's like time to get ready for bed and go to bed. So I'm going to enjoy that time and do nothing for my own mental sanity. So that's sort of the game plan for that. So I feel like this spread might be a little empty, but we're going to embrace the emptiness. That's a good thing. Worst case, we can put some washi tape in or something like that to fill the void. But I don't have to fill in all of the spaces. So we'll see how it goes, and maybe I'll kind of give it each day a topic because that's kind of on my list of things to do. Sorry, I was trying to think of the word. I was like, what am I trying to say? And do that because one of my goals is to kind of get back into the swing of each day has a specifically assigned task, but also giving myself the flexibility that sometimes they're gonna bleed into each other a little bit. That's gonna happen. So, you know, just having two businesses is hard. It's a lot, and so I'm trying to figure out how to organize both of them because they're both very needy babies. That's how I describe them. So I did at least the stickers I want to start off with. I'm going to leave the rest of this kit and push it to the side. And I do want to continue doing my boxes. I might not go as in depth. I can show it if I can find it without. I liked this look with the shadow boxes, but it is kind of a lot. So I'm kind of thinking we're going to remove the shadow. I'm going to stick with the color coordinating because I do love these colors, and maybe stick with a little header, swoosh, and the dots, and kind of go from there. That's my plan as of right now, but yes, I need to chop some of these out. You know, we all wish we had the time and the productivity to do all the things, but we just don't, and that's a tough lesson to learn. I'm still learning it myself, you guys. So, yep, we're going to break it down. I do want to start tracking the weather during the week. I do track it in my daily spreads, but that's like in every morning I look at the weather, and I would like to see the weather in a week's view, especially since I have a horse. Anyone that has outdoor pets understands the importance of having to keep track of the weather. So I'm going to kind of outline my boxes first for Monday and then go from there and see what we want to do for the rest of the week. So the top box is going to be the weather box. This next box is going to be morning routine. I should just put a little bookmark on this weekly spread. Let me go grab one really quick so I have that to reference, because yes, I need to cut out some of these routines just because it's either the answer is either wake up even earlier to get all this stuff done or just chop some things out and build later. You know, once you get in a habit, you'll probably be able to complete habits quicker, and therefore you can add more on. But in this awkward beginning time, I feel like it just takes me forever to do anything. So we're gonna cut some things out and we can add them back later. Sometimes less is more, right? So morning, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna give myself 3. You get 3 things to do. I am also using a new pen. I don't know what I did with my rollerball pen. It disappeared, and I have a stash of pens from way back in the day. I did like an ultimate pen review, and I got way more pens than is humanly necessary. And so this is a Uniball Signo Ultra Micron 207. It's a gel pen, and I'm really digging it. So I'm not too mad at myself for getting it, but yeah, it's a good one. I just got like a bunch of unnecessary pens. It's fine. You know, sometimes you do it for the social media. Okay, so we have morning. I do want to continue with the schedule. I'm glad I flipped back to remember my little schedule square. That one's 4 boxes as well. So let's draw that one in. Okay, perfect. And then I did afternoon. Okay, I do want to stick with my afternoon thing as well, and then social media and then night. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of move to the bottom and go from there. And I am gonna limit myself to just 3 tasks on my night routines as well, because yeah, I'm tired at night, which is a good thing, but yeah, I can't do all the things. Okay, and then when it came to social media, I think I did 6. Okay, I did 4 and 4, and I labeled them. So I am going to continue with this and see how this goes and go from there. Okay, so I actually don't have too big of a gap to fill, and I think I will do sort of a today's focus type thing right there. So let me draw the edges of this box, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so as you can see, I just have this little chunk right here, which might just be a perfect little today's focus spot, and we can go from there. I know I thought there was going to be a lot bigger of a space, so maybe I'm still biting off more than I can chew, but I swear it's less. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go and literally copy all of these boxes for the whole week, and we'll just zoom through that because that's labor intensive and you don't need to watch it all. Okay, so all the boxes are drawn, and usually I use a ruler to draw like my little, don't mind a cat, the little like header swooshes. But I'm just gonna freehand it this week. Yeah, look at me giving up some structure. Oh my gosh, okay. So I think I'm going to leave this top box just blank because that's just going to be weather. So I'm going to flip it this way so it's easier. And I am going to continue with the dots. For those of you watching, do you use those zig dot markers that are all the craze right now in the planning community? They seem really cool, but I can just achieve the same look with markers I already have, so I haven't purchased them because I want more colors. Don't we all? Like, I need more than what's available. So let me know in the comments if you use those and if I'm missing out and I need to just get them, and then I'll feel better. I also realized I messed these up and I dotted the ones that are usually for my schedule that I use the time arrows for. So I'm just going to move it down and use this middle one. I don't think I have anything that's more than 2 appointments in a day, so it'll still work. And I'm just glad that I noticed it before it was too late. Okay, here we are before the pen. We got our boxes, we got our colors. I'm going to put these markers away and we can start filling it in. So first things first, I'm going to do the weather and then I'm going to do my appointments, which means I need my phone so I can figure out what the weather is. Okay, so we have the weather in, and now it's time for the appointments, which I love to use these little time arrows for that. Let's see, what do I need? And then I usually just write down what's going on a little sticky note so I remember, because sometimes it's hard when you're filming. You're like, so what am I doing now that this is all created? Okay, so everything's all filled in. That took a hot minute. I'm trying to decide what to do with these sidebars. It's hit or miss if I use them or not. Last week I used them for weather and then routines, but I kind of didn't use these bottom squares. So I might kind of just give myself a no pressure and leave them blank for right now, because it's okay if everything's not filled in. And sometimes ideas come to you later and you're like, hey, you know what? I have a perfect idea for these boxes. So I'm just gonna leave them blank. My weekly spread, while it's important and it's an important part of my planner, it's not something I flip to all the time throughout the day. It's usually just a one and done sort of thing. My daily is where the bulk of my planning takes place. So that being said, do you like it better without the shadow boxes, or did you like the week where I did the shadow boxes? Very similar, but just a little different. And then next week I'll pick a different theme, but I had to stick with the candy hearts for this week because it's Valentine's Day, which I still need to number my days, but that's beside the point. Let me know what kind of videos you would like to see for the future. I'm kind of thinking of maybe doing every day I sit down and take you through how I set up my daily and go through that, because I haven't done that yet, and I feel like that could be something that's a little different than just filling out my weekly spreads. It's just always hard to film a weekly spread and all my daily spreads because it's a lot. It's a lot for me, it's a lot for editing, it's a very long video, so I try to separate it out a little bit. So let me know if you would prefer to see weekly spreads, if you'd prefer to see daily spreads, and everything else in between. Before you know it, we'll be planning March, which I just can't wrap my head around. The last month of the first quarter. is just crazy. So yeah, let me know what you would like to see, and if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. It really does help my channel grow, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!